Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for sports. Brought to you by the Marquee Network. Stream Cubs baseball at watchmarquee.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
And I was at the game yesterday. Shout out to a ton of our listeners out there. Had a good time talking to everybody. And part of it is just that I broke one off the bucket list there, doing a red line doubleheader. Went to the Cubs game during the day and the White Sox at night. Fought through it. Oh, it was so hard to get through there, but I did it. I accomplished something great in my life, going to 2 baseball games, eating hot dogs at both ballparks. But we'll get to the White Sox in a second because that game was obviously amazing, the first game of the day. You got Hendricks returning since the first time since Mother's Day. Gave the best performance of the season. Struck out 8. Doesn't allow a hit till the 6th. Going great until it wasn't going great. I mean, first, before we get there, let's give one out for Dansby Swanson and that second home run in 2 games in a row.
Fastball numbers continue to be really good, and the other numbers are getting better. That's drilled out towards right center. That's into the basket and gone. Dansby Swanson the other way, and
I just got that from Twitter, and I just realized Dansby Swanson's Twitter handle is Lieutenant Dans7.
That's fun. That is fun.
He never stops impressing me.
That's right. Even his Twitter handle.
Amen.
Now I'm sitting there with some family out of town, and it's the 7th inning, and it's 6-1, and I go, hold up. Everybody relax, because it's only the 7th inning. We can't get up and leave. We can't go get food right now.
Oh, you have to stretch.
Yeah. And then what happens? A grand slam home run, and it's 6-5 going in. I'm like, see? Cubs bullpen just falls apart. Disaster. He loads the bases, and then the grand slam home run. They pull it out, though. They hold on to win 6-5 in that game.
That's all that matters, baby.
Well,
that's all that matters. A win's a win.
You sound like my high school coach.
A win's a win. I don't care what happens.
Yeah. Well, the problem is,
okay, we played dirty, kick some dirt in the eyes, whatever we want.
Well, the bullpen keep falling apart. I mean, but thank God they won the game. It was the Giants, and they won. But
first time they've won a series since April.
How about that?
A 3-game series.
3-game series, winning all the yeah.
Let me ask you, because I haven't been to a Cubs game since April when Cubs fans still had hope. Although I would like to remind Cubs fans they're only a game out of the wild card right now.
Yep.
Gang, gang.
Positivity on the north side.
They've moved up to 4th, right? They're not in last place anymore because that game.
Yes, they're a game up on the Reds in their division. They're a game behind in the wild card. But I'm curious, Brian, because I haven't been to a Cubs game since their downhill slide. Is it really tense and Wrigley from the 7th inning onwards?
Well, again, I had to tell my people that were with me, like, everybody just say, Brian, you must be happy because they're Phillies fans. They're from Philadelphia. And I go, I'm not until it's the last pitch.
You must be happy. I'm not.
Yeah. and then when the grand slam happened, they'll look down quietly to me, and I go, they wanted me to say something, but I wouldn't. And then I finally said, see? See? This is what happens. Also, a funny observation, as these people were from Philadelphia, as a 16-year-old son said to me, but there's not much chirping in here. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, like, chirping at the competitive team, the team you're playing, the opponents. And I go, yeah, it's a little different than Philly. Also, we were in last place, and we're playing the Giants. I mean, if this was a Brewers or a Cardinals game, I think there would certainly be a little more jawing back and forth.
Chirping?
That's, chirping. That's a phrase people use when you're chirping at somebody.
You show up in a suit with a cane?
No. No, like Mr. Peanut.
Good heavens.
Yeah, no, like chirping is a term for trash talking.
I know, but is that the term from the 1950s?
He's a 16-year-old kid too, yeah. Now they still use that term, I think.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
You getting chirped at?
Yeah. But the vibe in the park is just different from when you go to, let's say, New York, Boston, or Philly, where people are just really going at the competition no matter who it is. But I said, yeah, if you were for a Brewers game or a Cardinals game, there'd be some trash talk, a little more. But it was a good vibe to answer your question. It was 37,000 people there.
It seemed like I knew half the ballpark. Everybody I follow on Instagram was at the game yesterday.
Yeah.
And they got to see a Cubs win, so good on them.
Good on them. Then I go home, shower up, get the sweat off me. And then we head to the White Sox game, the red line doubleheader. I've never done that in my life. It happens 1 or 2 times a season when you can pull that off. And I never did it, and it was totally worth it. Amazing. Even though the White Sox lost. But it was my wife's company had a suite at the White Sox ballpark.
The perks just keep rolling in with that lady.
Oh, thank you, U.S. Gypsum. Appreciate you guys. Great suite. And I want to say this. They brought the dessert cart out in the 4th inning.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th inning.
Oh yeah. That don't even get me started on the whole dessert cart thing because it happens to me at Wrigley all the time. And it's like, we're 7 minutes into the game and it doesn't come back. That's the thing with the dessert cart is it comes once to your suite.
Yeah.
And it happens so early depending on your suite number.
Really?
Yes. And it's like, I haven't even had my food yet. And I'm trying to stock up on the caramel apples so I don't miss it. It's a whole thing.
Well, I was just impressed that it came in the 4th. I was going to say it's going to come in the 8th probably. We're going to wait. And I trust me, I got in a hot dog at Wrigley. Then I put a base down at White Sox Park by another hot dog. They also had delicious mac and cheese and pulled pork sandwiches.
Well, what's different for you is you were building a foundation the whole day.
That's right.
But usually when I get to a game, I'm starving. And
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, then you got to mingle first. And I'm just getting my plate. And it's like, dessert cart. I'm like, oh, come on.
I just was impressed that it came in the 4th inning. I was like,
There's two types of people in the world.
yeah.
There's the person who wants the dessert cart in the
First,
evening,
yeah.
and then there's the person who wants it immediately upon arrival.
Now, I wasn't sure if that was a testament to the White Sox season where they know people will leave early, so if you want the dessert cart, they got to bring it earlier. But I just said, like, damn, it's coming already. Perfect timing. I just got done with all this other delicious food. But I do want to say this, and I'm addressing this directly to Jerry Reinsdorf. Mm-hmm. Are you out of your freaking mind? I almost had to dump myself there.
Well, the answer is yes, but what specifically? Because of course he's out of his mind.
You want to move the White Sox from that beautiful, magnificent ballpark? And this is a Cubs fan saying this, and I haven't been there this season. That's my first time this season. And the stadium's 30 years old, but they've made many renovations over the years. That ballpark, and I know I was in a suite, but I also walked down to the first level, walked into some of the seats. Going in, the nicest people I've ever had. From the parking lot attendants, we had a parking pass through privilege as well. And then also getting to the suite, but just getting in the stadium and asking questions and playing with Harper. They gave her the first-time White Sox button and a certificate, just like they do at Cubs ballpark.
Very cute.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Plus, the ballpark, the sight lines, the food, everything about it, the parking even. It's amazing. Why would you want to move the White Sox to a new ballpark? And I know this is kind of a little bit of an old debate from a few months ago when Jerry Reinsdorf was trying to get state money to help out, and it's not going to happen now, so they'll probably stay. But, I mean, just the thought that you'd want to leave that ballpark is repulsive.
You know, what's interesting is I think Jerry needs to, play a little bit of Michael Jackson. Start looking at the man in the mirror because he's like,
I got it.
Obviously, I've done everything right, so it just must be the location. He's just he's like, I'm trying to rule things out. It's clearly not the players and that's all perfect.
Yeah.
So it has to be. We need a different spot. That's what he's going on.
It's unreal. I couldn't believe it. Just make a better team and people will show up. That's all it is. You know?
This is what I've been saying for years now. This is
I
my
know.
whole thing.
And I really felt it
And you didn't
now.
even get the fried pickles last night.
Didn't get the fried pickles, didn't get the s'more shake. That didn't come around, by the way. We asked about that. That does not come around on the dessert cart.
I told you.
Yeah,
Listen, I know all the dessert cart rules, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm up on it. I was
Listen,
like, it's not going to be on there.
The vanilla cookie dough, which was real cookie dough, plus caramel and chocolate syrup, did just fine as my dessert.
But you were too cheap to go downstairs to Case's very specific directions, and not just. You already got everything for free. You couldn't have purchased the s'more shake.
Let me tell you something, Kenzie. Let me tell you something. More free is better. And
What?
The dessert cart. I'm not going to spend for that shake. Plus, it was great. The dessert cart was loaded. I was fine. I didn't need the s'more shake. Another time.
What was that quote?
More free is better.
I think Gandhi said that.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And let's do it. 312-591-8300. Call right now for your chance to get to the NASCAR Chicago Street Race weekend, a week and a half away. So not only do you see the race, and the race is, I should say, Saturday, July 6th and Sunday, July 7th, but tons of great musical acts, including the Black Keys, will be there. So 312-591-8300. Call to compete against Kenzie in trivia. Get on the phones right now and hopefully win.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
And Clash with Kenzie, sponsored by the Schaumburg Boomers. For tickets, visit boomersbaseball.com. And by the way, a lot of fireworks shows going off last night. A lot of fireworks in general going off in your neighborhoods, maybe, or just what I saw.
No, I'd be very crabby today. I'd be so sleepy.
I heard a lot of fireworks in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Did you?
Well, I was at the White Sox game I mentioned last night, and somebody was doing like a full-on show, like a
Was
a
it
Navy.
the White Sox?
No, no. They were outside the ballpark like a Navy Pier type show. They bought the good stuff that you're going to get me from Shelton Fireworks when you go over to that coffee shop in Indiana.
I'm not doing that.
You've got to.
I'm going to be busy at Bigsby Coffee. I can't also get your fireworks.
I got $1,000 for you. You can keep like 200 of it if you bring back the right fireworks.
You want $800 worth of fireworks?
Tell you what, you give me $1,000, I'll bring you back $500 worth of fireworks.
That's not fair.
Why? How's that not fair?
You're getting still 200. If I give you 1,000, I get back $800.
I have to go out of my way and then smuggle fireworks into the state.
It's a mile away from the coffee shop. And the smuggling part, no one's stopping you.
Smuggle.
No one's stopping you at the
Do you
border.
know what kind of luck I have? I'm getting stopped.
Let's see, we're stopping every 10,000th car to check for fireworks.
I have never, and I've never traveled internationally and not gotten stopped for a random drug test.
Okay.
Ever.
Indiana's not international. You'll be fine coming back over.
I'm still smuggling. You can see it on my face. I get nervous.
Listen, we talked about the charges for fishing illegally without a license, and we had an Indiana,
Conservation officer?
say how real it is. What is the punishment for smuggling fireworks over from Indiana to Illinois?
Smuggling. That's the punishment. It's jail time.
Will Kenzie go to jail if she gets these fireworks for me?
It'd be the funniest thing ever. Oh, my God.
I'll throw another $500 in for the fine if it's a fine.
Well, why are you willing to pay for the fine but not just pay me for the action?
I'm going to give you $200 of it.
I wanted $500 to smuggle, and you said no, but I'll pay the fine if it's $500.
Because I think the odds of you getting caught are slim. And I'll be mad, but I'll still get $800 of fireworks.
Hey, you're a betting man, after all.
Yeah.
I'm going to get caught. I want you to know that.
All right, so we're checking with, let's see here. Rob, sorry to go through all that, Rob, from Sandwich. Ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Well, today makes 5 years that I'm nicotine-free.
Wow. Woo! Congratulations. That might,
Thank you. Thank you.
That might be the hard. I've never smoked, but that might be the hardest drug to quit. Of anything. Caffeine and nicotine.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, I can tell you that.
How'd you do it?
Cold turkey, man.
Whoa.
Oh, a lot of cold turkey?
I just decided one day that I wasn't going to do it no more.
A lot of sub sandwiches.
See, the turkey makes you sleepy, and then you don't crave, cigarettes.
Taking a bunch
it.
of naps.
I understand what he's talking about. And then it takes so long to cook a turkey.
Yeah.
So it's very
Exactly.
distracting.
Or you fall asleep with a cig, you burn your house down, you go, boy, I'm never doing that again. You know what I mean?
What?
Same concept.
Yeah, same exact thing.
That's what I was saying about the turkey?
Yeah, turkey makes you sleepy, and smoking is not good when you're sleepy.
No, that's right.
Well, that's what they say. It's good when you're awake, but not when you're sleeping.
Well, that's amazing you did that. Seriously, you should be really proud of yourself because that's one of the hardest things. I have friends who have tried, and they cannot quit smoking, and it's really sad to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, and I'm happy I was able to do it. I feel a lot better than I used to.
Well, hopefully the stress of Clash with Kenzie doesn't get you to smoke here.
Well, I don't know. I'm on my third cup of coffee. It's kind of tough now.
All right, so first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails?
Tails.
Rob, it is heads. I'm sorry.
I haven't won that in forever.
Yeah, you haven't won in a while.
I
according to us.
know.
Here we go. Question number 1, Kenzie. Who appears alongside Jeff Daniels in the 1994 movie Dumb and Dumber?
What year was that?
1994.
Okay. Okay, Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey.
Yes, Jim Carrey is right. Back to Rob. In what country did Oktoberfest originate?
Germany.
That's right. Let's see, back to Kenzie. What S.E. Hinton novel told the tale of 2 rival gangs, the Socs and the Greasers?
The Outsiders?
Outsiders is right.
Okay.
Great movie.
Wow, didn't feel 100%. I was pretty sure it was Outsiders.
Well, it probably was in your head because they last week won the best musical, whatever the musical awards are for music.
The Tonys.
Tonys. That's right. And
Those musical awards.
those awards for musicals. And I wanted to see it because I love that movie, which had Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, a bunch of other guys. Oh, Ralph Macchio.
Oh.
Who, by the way, Case is going to review Karate Kid tomorrow at 8 for its 40th anniversary is the movies reviews he's been doing.
And I've never seen Karate Kid before.
And like we're talking the OG, not Jaden Smith.
We're not doing the Jaden Smith
good.
one.
I've seen the Jaden Smith one. I saw that in theaters with my mom.
Oh my God.
I know.
Spoiler alert, it's a similar plot.
Trust me, I don't remember it very well.
Oh.
All right, 2-1 back to Rob.
Rob, the Chevy began producing Camaros to compete against what type of Ford?
The Mustang.
The Mustang is right. 2-2. Back to Kenzie. Who was the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish?
Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker.
I said Derek. I said it too fast, like Darius Rucker. Not Derek.
And let's see, back to Rob. We'll stay with the band question here. John Popper was the singer and harmonica player for what band?
Oh, man, I don't have any idea.
That's my Blues Traveler song.
Well, you just said the answer.
Damn it, Brian.
Oh, I just said the answer.
God, I knew that.
God, that red line doubleheader is really taking a lot out of me. I'm
I
sorry.
was like, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll give you another question. Here we go, Kenzie. What is 3 times 3 times 3?
9, 18, 27.
27 is right. Has he got 4?
That's right. Kenzie has 4. It's back to Rob. He's got 2.
Okay, Rob. What is the capital of Alaska?
Fairbanks.
3. It's not Fairbanks. Kenzie. Capital of Alaska.
Is it Juneau?
It is Juneau.
I'm sure. That's the only place I know in Alaska. That's all I got.
I don't even know if I would even thought of Fairbanks. I thought of just Juneau.
I thought Fairbanks was a deep cut.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Rob knows another city in Alaska.
I only
Rob.
know one.
Well, you got that going for you, Rob, you know?
Well, good. Yeah, I'm doing 100%.
Well, I'm sorry we can't just give you the tickets, my man. Again, congratulations. 5 years of no nicotine is incredible. Good job.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right, what you can do is hang up because we're going to play Cold War Kids right now. So in 3 minutes and 10 seconds, everybody's got a chance. At the NASCAR Chicago Street Race tickets, you'll see the Black Keys, the whole weekend of races. So 3 minutes away, we'll give everybody a shot coming up here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
God bless the baby.
312-591-8300. Call right now for your chance at the NASCAR Chicago Street Race weekend. It's only a week and a half away, and we're a huge part of it here, Q101, with everything going on, the official station of the NASCAR race. So Saturday, July 6th, Sunday, July 7th, and you'll see the Black Keys, among others, performing that whole weekend. Plus, of course, the races. And listen, the weather's got to be better than last year. Even though it was still a big success last year, boy, did it rain. I mean,
I don't think it could be worse.
it's impossible. It was like I think it was the most rain total in like one day in Chicago history almost. And they still got the races off for the most part. So this year, looking forward to it. And you could be there, 312-591-8300. Another place you can join in the sports world with us is to go to London to see the Bears-Jags game. Now, this is coming up in October. It was super exciting when they announced the whole schedule, and the Bears were one of the international games this season. You never know when it'll happen again. It may never happen again. The most anticipated Bears season we're coming up on with Caleb Williams, the draft picks, the free agency moves. There's no question the Bears may have the best offense in the NFL this year. And you could be there and see this game over in London in October when the season's going full swing. But it's not just about going to the Bears game with an elite premium seat, is it, Kenzie?
No, because, okay, one thing about me is I love traveling, and I am the annoying person that you travel with that wants to do a bunch of stuff. I'm not the pool layer, okay? So I'm very excited about this trip because, of course, the Bears game's happening, but it's also the entire tourist vacation. So we're traveling on Wednesday together, and there's going to be a pub crawl. There's going to be like a curated food tour. There's going to be a walking tour, and I want to highlight a few things. Like one of the things we're going to do during that walking tour is the Tower of London. Now, that's probably the iconic castle that you've seen everywhere. And it's not just a castle. What's amazing about seeing this is it's super historic, but it's actually like a fortress. This place is huge. It has this kind of, I don't want to say iconic, that may be the wrong word, but like notorious prison
Yes.
So I love like the spooky aspect of it. And then also it's a stunning castle. So I'm so excited to see that. We're also going to be going to the London Eye, which I can call iconic. Is that really cool, almost like Ferris wheel over the water. And there's actually more castles and more things that we're stopping by, but those are two of some of the most iconic things that you can do in London. They're part of our trip. It's transportation, it's round trip airfare, there's breakfast every morning. There's just so much included in this package. This is really the trip that I would book, and then I can't believe it's going to be kind of this iconic bear season, and they're in London added to your dream London trip. So I am so excited for this.
It really is what you're saying there, too, is that it's your trip of a lifetime. Let's say when I went to see an NFL game in London, it was my first time ever in London, and Kenzie's never been to London. So when you go and you want to do it right, we've done all the work for you to do it right. All you got to do is come along. Q101.com/London has all the details. Q101.com/London. And you only have about a week and a half left because if you do it by the end of June, you get this trip booked. All you do is put down the deposit.
Yes.
That's it right now.
Yeah, you don't have to pay all one sum. And, keep in mind, I was looking it up, and you're looking at, first off, a lot of packages for London. We're the only one that includes the game day ticket.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of travel packages being put together because tons of Bears fans across the U.S., probably mainly from Chicago, are going to be going, right? So you see all these packages. None of them have the game ticket. Now, the game ticket is premium seats. It's early entrance to the stadium. It's also like halftime drink. There's light bites for pregame. So this is like a more bougie ticket on top of it that you're going to get than just the regular ticket. And when you look at like the secondary market for these tickets, they're not cheap.
No.
Airfare there is not cheap. So to get so much food, so much drinking, so many tours, the game day ticket, the airfare, it is thousands of dollars off. With the
absolutely.
Like
no
several
question.
thousand less, guaranteed.
And it will be a trip of a lifetime that you'll remember forever and ever. So get involved. Hang out with us. It's Q101.com/London. Check out the details and join us.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, before we get to Gil Curtis, we're going to play some Linkin Park, and then we'll talk about the Justin Timberlake DUI yesterday, or that really everybody was talking about, and the update on that. Some new information has come in about it, so we'll get you that as well. First off, I want to thank our listeners. We have the best listeners on earth because about 20 minutes ago in Clash with Kenzie, I was trying to get her. She's going to go over to our boy, is it Bigsby's Coffee?
Big B.
Big B's Coffee.
Who now follows me on Instagram. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, me too. It's very nice. It's very nice. Thank you for the follow, sir.
I'm a big fan.
And Kenzie's going to go over there for a baby shower this weekend, and I said, well, maybe you pick up some fireworks for me over there and bring them back over.
Because it's in Crown Point.
It's in Crown Point, and of course, that's where you go for the fireworks. You go into Indiana, and she is not going to go do that for the risk. Well, at least she wants to raise the price for the risk taken to bring fireworks over the border because, quote from her, she gets stopped every time she comes over the border.
I do.
Every time she gets searched.
I always get searched. I'm always selected for random searching. I don't know what about my 5'2" body screams. Well, that's obviously the number one smuggler in the game. But I get stopped every time.
Well, we found what the violation is for coming over the border. Now, I said I'd give you $1,000, and then I'll give you $200 of that, then give me $800 worth of fireworks.
Not a chance. That's a lot of lifting, too.
For 5'2" frame, right? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. $800 worth of fireworks I'm going to load into a car? I don't think so.
If you buy that many, someone's going to bring it to your car, right?
Oh, yeah, we'll get you a hand card at the very least.
That breath. So here's the penalty, actually, we found out for smuggling fireworks over the border. A violation of the Illinois Explosives Act can be a Class 3 felony with a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. That's not always. That's just.
Are you going to pay that?
If you did that for me to show your loyalty, I would pay that. I can't go to jail for you, I don't think.
Why? You could volunteer as tribute. What?
Is that real? Can you volunteer to go to jail for somebody?
Probably. It's like the Hunger Games.
Well, I understand what you're saying there.
That was also a government.
That was a movie.
But it was a government. It was government.
What if they sentenced you in court and that's what they said? 5 years in prison, 10,000, and I just stood up. I volunteer. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I volunteer as tribute. Yes, I'm going to do it.
Volunteer tribute.
I'm going to go do it.
To go to women's prison, you're like, I'm in. Count me in, baby.
Send me.
Do I
Orange
get
is the
a
new
cellmate?
Brian.
Oh, God. That's funny. Okay, so it is pretty serious. I thought it'd be.
I told you.
I thought it'd be a fine. I didn't think it'd be 5 years in jail.
That's going to suck. What do I have to bring I'm going to set up in there? Do I have to bring a microphone?
It'd be amazing if we could get you broadcasting from jail.
I can broadcast from jail. I'll be like, listen, I'm not going to be at the pop-up tonight at the Cubby Bear.
You're not going to make neon trees?
I think it's going to be fun. I think you should go.
I will say, Clash with Kenzie would take an interesting turn if we were playing against prisoners every day.
Yeah, I know it'd be fun. I could call a friend and be like, you look like you know a lot. Like you've been through it.
The funnier thing of that is not just broadcasting from jail, let's say, but for doing it for 5 years.
I'm like, listen, when I get out of here, I can't wait to go to Twisted Christmas.
All right. Well, there you go. We also have free tickets coming up at 8 minutes away. We launched Ticket Blitz Thursday for tickets for Third Eye Blind and Yellow Card at Norley Island. So all that and more on the way. First, let's go, Curtis, with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Summer officially arrives today. You can tell it's the first day of summer because Target stores just put up their Halloween displays. There was a break-in at the Brady Bunch house on Tuesday. Here's the story.
Here's the story.
No, there's no time for that. The feels-like temperature in New York yesterday was over 100 degrees. Also hitting triple digits in New York yesterday, Justin Timberlake's blood alcohol level. A new study found San Francisco is the worst-run city in the United States. The study was conducted by someone who's never been to Oakland. And today is West Virginia Day. The booms you'll hear later tonight aren't fireworks. They're the festive sound of meth lab explosions. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.